Hey everybody, I'm with Cordell here today. Cordell's a co-worker of mine and expressed interest in beekeeping, so I invited him out, and he's getting more than he bargained for, I'm sure. We've got 3 goals today. One, we're going to take all the winterizing stuff off, put that away. Number 2, get into the hives and see what's going on. Are they queen right? Do we have charged cells? It's already pretty late in the season. It's just, this is the only weekend that it's been warm enough to start. And then number 3 is I've got some oxalic acid sponges, so we're going to install those. Okay, you ready, Cordell?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it. So what I do here is I start with something that's going to catch fire well. I don't know how this lighter is working, but I probably have too much, but have it catch. And then if I can keep that going, what I'll do is kind of add that down, push that down in there. You want that smoke to keep going. Good. Get that smoking really well, and if I can get that smoking well, then I'll add some of these twigs from the
tree.
From the pine tree.
Or just regular?
Just regular.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's going well, huh?
Yeah.
One thing I didn't realize about beekeeping when I got into it was that it is a smoky business. It is, like I didn't know. I was a little intimidated by the smoker in the beginning. I was like, it can't be that big of a deal, and I tried to do beekeeping without it. It didn't work.
Really?
Yeah, they get so cranky if you don't have smoke.
So what caused you to be like, no, you definitely need to smoke?
Well, I tried a different method, which was putting sugar water into a spray bottle, and spraying them.
Oh yeah.
Thinking that would work, and they were not happy with me. Okay, I think we'll want to, just keep this going as we get moving, but that should last us a while. When you get into a hive, the first thing that you do is just kind of blow a little smoke down here, so they know you're there.
Okay.
Just let them know, and then we'll do the rest in a second. But first, let's take all this stuff off. So move this. Put it in there. Give them some smoke. Get those bees right there. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, good. Okay, so here we are after the winter, and so I've got a hive tool for you if you want one. But I put sugar on here on the winter. They've eaten a lot of it up, so I'm just gonna move that out and throw that away later. But basically, I just want to clean this junk off of there. Every time I go into the hive, I like to clean stuff up a bit. Mm-hmm. Just because the longer you go without it, the bees are just cementing things in, and it's hard to move frames around. Like all this comb that's on the top, they'll just attach it, and you see the comb between the frames. You can see how they're
like linked up. Yeah. So you just lay down paper over it and then put sugar on top?
Yep, and they just kind of eat through it as they need it. This whole thing had sugar on it before. The condensation kind of turns it into a brick, like that. And so it serves 2 purposes. It's there for reserve food if they need it.
And it's just regular, like, house sugar. There's no, like, not confectioners or anything. It's just...
Yeah, just regular house sugar. You can, like, there are different additives that you can add to it that are good for the bees that I'll probably do next year.
Yeah.
Okay, so come take a look at this, Cordell. You got all these bees up here. They'll watch you. Like, a lot of times they'll be lined up and kind of be looking at you. Like, what's going on? Okay, so when I inspect a hive, I like to start from the outside and move in. Usually the brood nest, where the eggs are, is right in the middle, and that's usually where the queen is. So when you start on the outside, it creates a little space for you so that you don't roll the queen. So you put your hive tool under there. This is going to be hard because it's so cemented down. You can see the propolis on there. Right now, these bees are super calm. this might be a little bit of a longer inspection, so they could get cranky. So I just kind of lift it up like that. Then I lift up the other side like this and just kind of pull it out slowly so you don't disturb them. And we just want to look at each of these frames and see what we see on there. So you see, I want to show this in the video maybe, but all this is nectar. You see that liquid in there?
Yeah.
That's all nectar. So they're starting to bring in nectar. This right here, that big bee.
Yeah.
That's a drone. So this bee right there, that's a drone. You can tell that's a drone because it has a big abdomen and big old eyeballs, and they don't have stingers.
So the drone, what's their role?
They've got 2 roles to breed with queens. There's a lot that I could go into on that, and then eat. They just eat a lot of food. Okay, so this frame is full of nectar. All right, so I've got some old oxalic acid sponges from November. So those are sitting on there all winter. That helps with the mites. Move that over into our garbage pile. Move this first frame up. All right. I worry that we didn't see the queen in that top box. If that's the case, I gotta find her. But oh, the bees are spilling out over on this side. It's great. Lots of bees. Okay, so you got drone brood right there.
Okay. If you want, I can control the camera angles and stuff.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. There's a little queen cell right there that I'm going to smash.
So how can you tell the difference between a queen cell and...
They're just bigger.
Okay.
Bigger to fit a bigger body. Okay, and you've got regular brood right here, pollen right here, nectar right there. It's a great frame. Don't see the queen yet. You can see how she could be hard to see. Can you see the difference in the drone? So you've got a drone right there.
Yeah.
And then you've got the little worker bees right there. So the bigger body indicates it's a drone, and then the eyeballs on top of the head.
Oh, wow.
All right, so this frame they haven't really built wax out on. I might need to take this frame out eventually and re-wax it so they can start building on it.
So do you help like wax it at first, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that they can build on it. Same on this one. They've done, you got nice brood here, nice brood pattern here, but you know, we need to build it out over here, so they might need some help with that. I'm not going to do that today. See those queen cells were charged. There again is just an amazing brood pattern.
So the brood, like what makes it really good is just how full it is.
Yeah,
with
it's
all
consistent, not a lot of gaps. Filling up the whole thing. It's amazing. This hive wants to blow up. Like they're going to expand quickly, which is what they should be doing this time of year. So I need to give them more space. Okay, we're looking for the queen. Do not see her. A lot of brood, nectar and pollen. So impressed with this hive right now. Okay, nothing yet. Come on, Queenie. Show your face. There she is. So there's the queen right here. See her?
Yeah. She got that long, skinny body.
Yep. She's a good-looking brown queen, golden brown queen. We're going to keep her right there. And then what we're going to do is the Demaree method. So I've got this box right here, and what we're going to do is isolate the queen. So I need to find a frame. I'm going to put this box right here. I need to find a frame that has brood on it, lots of brood on it, and no eggs and no larvae. And I'm going to put her on that frame. I'm going to be looking right here. I'm going to put her on that frame, and then I'm going to...
So that frame was like money.
Like lots of brood?
I think so. I think that one was the one that...
The first 2 frames we took out, I moved actually over there, so...
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so... But we'll look and see. Oh, you were right. Okay, so the question is, does this frame have eggs? If it has eggs or larvae, we can't use it. It looks good. Good on that side. Good on this side. Okay, so you see that? We're going to take the queen from over there and we're going to move her over to here.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's find the queen again from here and let's move her over to the other frame. All right, as soon as you spot, oh, there she is. You see her? There's her abdomen right there.
Oh, yeah.
She's trying to hide from us. She's doing a good job too. She totally does not want us to see her. So I gotta grab her. There she is right there. I'm gonna move her right here. Keep an eye on her. She didn't get on the frame, so
No, she's right.
I want to get her on that frame. There she is. Okay.
She's on the side, crawling upwards.
Okay, so let's move this one over. There. Okay, good. Now let's we've got the queen isolated now, so let's see if we can find a frame with some resources on there. We want some nectar, some pollen, all right, that's a great resource frame. You got pollen in the middle, you got nectar, tons of pollen. So I'm going to put that one in here. Put that in there. Let's see if we can find one more maybe.
That one's...
I need to... no, that's got queens on there. Or not queens, eggs. Alright, let's look at one more. If not, we'll just call that good. They're bringing in a lot of resources already. You got some nectar, some pollen. A lot of nectar on that one. I think we'll use this one. Let me just make sure there's no eggs on there. Okay. Okay, this is going to be our bottom box. You have the queen in here. You've got a frame full of brood to kickstart them. You got no eggs, and then you got a bunch of drawn comb frames. So let's see, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get one more. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to move this box to be the bottom box. So I'm going to take this, move it out of the way. It's pretty cemented onto there. Move this here. Take this bottom box. Make sure that queen's not on the ground. Look good. Move her right there. Okay, then so we got the queen down here. The queen is on a frame full of brood. We got some resource frames and then some drawn comb. And now what we're going to do is put a queen excluder above that frame so she can't get up into these other hives or these other boxes. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put an empty box because we want them to think they've swarmed, right? So by putting this box here, what's going to happen is it's going to create enough space between the queen down here and these other 2 top boxes that have the eggs and larvae in them. Let me add another frame to this. 2 frames. Okay.
So the reason why you want to have like another just in between is to prevent her from going to one of these the other top 2 because they're trying to pretty much raise a new queen.
Well, I want these guys to think that they don't have a queen.
Oh, okay.
And I can't have her getting up there and laying queens. And so by doing this, what they think happened is they think that they've swarmed. And it gives them space. So what will happen over time is after a week or two, the nurse bees that hatch up here will start moving down to here, and then instead of a regular split where you would have 2 hives or 3 hives, I have 1 mega hive. And this is what I did last year, and it doubled my honey production. So we'll see how it works this year. Now I'll have to come in after a week because these top 2 boxes are going to think they don't have a queen.
Right.
So I'll have to come in after a week and kill and destroy all of the queen cells that they create, because they will create them. But you can see the size of this hive, and then I don't want to put that there until I smoked them a little bit. So by doing this, I solve their urge to swarm, and I did it without splitting them. So you have 1 monster hive. And so what happens is I'm going to keep this as a single brood chamber where the queen does all of her work. And then all of these will be honey supers, filled up with honey. That's the idea anyway.
So when you say the base one, so the top 3 are going to be honey supers. The one in the base is not going to be one really for honey, or?
Nope, that's where the queen does her work. All 10 frames down here will fill up with brood. She'll have resources in this box right here that the worker bees will pull down to her, and others when they need them. So they have resources close by.
Okay.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do the Demaree method. And if all goes well, they won't swarm, and we'll have 1 giant hive. If they do swarm, then we'll still have 1 giant hive, but it won't grow as fast.
And who is Demaree? Is it like that's something you made up, or is it an actual?
I wish I made that up. I'm not that smart. Demaree, I think Demaree was the inventor of the method. So maybe the people watching can tell us in the comments, or maybe I can look it up. But
yeah.
Okay. Got that. Okay, and then we get the lid. Clean off this lid. Listen, everybody, it's a mess right now. I will clean it up. Don't worry about it. Stop judging me. Clean this off a little bit. In the winter. All right, hive number 3. On this hive, my goal is to see what the status is. Coming out of winter, I've noticed that this hive has been very weak, very little action going on at the entrance. So let's figure out what's going on there, potentially move them to a single brood chamber. That's likely what we'll do. And then I think I want to replace the bottom board. Very little going on. Okay, let's get in, see what we see. I questioned all winter whether these bees would survive. Apparently they did. Got some honey. Ooh, got some nectar even. How about that? Did not see that coming. Okay. I knew this hive had been struggling all winter, so I wasn't sure exactly what I would find. So I checked frame after frame, and I found no sign of the queen. No eggs, no larvae, no brood, but I did find small clusters of bees. I also found plenty of dead bees. But there was no queen in this hive, so I resolved to split the other hive that was stronger, that we'll go to in a minute, and combine it with this hive. All right, so what we're going to do is going to look at this hive, which seems to be pretty packed. We'll find out in a minute. Likely split it and make a 3rd hive over here, because this one didn't have a queen, and it's just kind of hanging on to life. Let them create their own queen. So let's get to it. Okay, let's dive in, see what we find. Ooh, I forgot to change the bottom board on this one. I'm going to do that really fast. It'd be easier to do now than later. Got a bunch of sugar on here. That won't hurt them. Got to move the hive quilt. It's the first time opening it this winter, so I got all the sugar on there still. They look pretty full though. Got some drones moving around. Well, that is a great resource hive. A lot of pollen, a lot of nectar, a lot of drones. I don't think I want to split with that one. Don't see the queen. I do see some drones coming out. Kind of worth looking at. I don't know if you can see this or not, but right there, where my thumb is. Drone coming out there, drone coming out there, drone coming out there. Drone, brood, nectar, pollen. Don't see any eggs, don't see the queen. Brood, honey. Oh, snap. It's a nice queen cell right there. See if there's anything in there. Yeah, charged queen cell. Okay, maybe that's the one to move over. Okay, that's an option. Let's remember that one. Oh, sorry, I need to look at this side. Got a lot of brood there. Nice brood pattern. I think my eyes forgot how to spot egg cells, or eggs, over the winter. Not seeing a lot. All right, I'm going to move this one over. Lots of brood. Looks nice. Lots of brood again. It's great for brood. Got some larvae. Another nice brood pattern. A lot of nectar. No queen either, I can tell. It's a great frame. A nectar, pollen, great brood pattern. No queen. Ow. That stung. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It's another swarm cell there. 2 swarm cells. Now it's worth moving over if they got swarm cells on them, I think. You got one right there. Sorry, can you see that? You got one right there. And then if we switch sides, you got one right there. So I'm going to move this over to this hive also. Man, I do not know what the rest of you beekeepers do when you get stung. You act like it's no big deal. It hurts. It hurts me. So I want to cry every time I get stung. You guys seem like it's no big deal. Maybe you get used to it. When am I going to get used to it? I've been beekeeping 7 years. When does that happen? A lot of nectar, a little bit of drone brood. A lot of nectar. Again, we love to make this drone brood, don't we? Nectar, drone brood. Don't see the queen. Nectar, drone brood, don't see the queen. What's the deal there? What should that tell me? I've seen regular brood. I've seen eggs, but why is there so much Drone brood. Anybody know? I'm going to add some fully drawn frames, fully drawn comb. I'm going to kind of checkerboard it in. Excuse me. My thought in doing this is give them space, give the queen lots of space to lay. I know she's here because I saw her eggs. Hopefully that will keep them from swarming. All right, let's get into the bottom box. Ooh, heavy. Move the OA sponges. Remind me to put the new ones on there. Don't let me forget. Anybody else grunt a lot when they're beekeeping? I do. A lot of grunting. It's hard. Okay, we want to go through each of these frames. So we're still looking for the queen, and I want to see if we can find a frame that has more eggs than the others, but we're also looking for swarm cells. Okay, honey pollen. Honey pollen, that is a fantastic resource frame. A lot of open cells. Oh, there's an egg. Not overly impressed with the quantity of eggs we're seeing. I am seeing some, however. If I can find the queen in this bottom box, then what I'll do is I'll put a queen excluder on and just move to a single brood chamber. But either way, I think I'll put a queen excluder on, so when I come next week I can identify where the queen is. There's another queen cell. Alright, make sure the queen's not on there. I'll move this one over too. Ooh, queen cells all over the place on this one. Fully charged. See what we see next week when we come in. See if they've created new ones, or if the space I gave them was enough to pacify them. Or maybe the queen took off just barely. I don't know. I don't think so, because I've got fresh eggs. A lot of brood on that one. Lots and lots of brood. Look at that. I think we're good. I think I got enough for the split. I'm going to checkerboard this one, put the queen excluder on, lock her up. The bees are a little annoyed with me. Okay, I actually went back through the hive because it bugged me that I couldn't find the queen. And I found her right there. See that? Beautiful dark queen. I'll come through and mark them at some other point, but... All right, everybody. That, I think, was a pretty productive morning. We took this hive and we did the Demaree method and turned it into a mega hive. Hopefully we can keep it from swarming. That was hive number 1. Hive number 2, where is it? There it is. Hive number 2, we split it, gave them some space, and moved the split over into hive number 3 because there was no queen there and they were just slowly dying. So we gave them some resources, some queen cells, some eggs, and a bunch of bees and brood. So, and in all the hives we put oxalic acid sponges on them, and we'll come back in a week and see how everybody's doing.